Everyone talks about intuitive eating, that everyone should practice it. But what it is, and what are the levels, and why it would be beneficial? In today's episode, we will cover all that and how to get there. Welcome to today's episode. There has been quite many opinions about eating habits and diets and everything related to food during these years that human being has existed in this world. Sometimes it's more recommended to do fasting or follow a strict diet or avoid certain food. It's just changing all the time. So there are different trends existing, and some of them are more beneficial than the others, and some are here to stay and some will actually disappear. The latest trend, which has been around quite a while already, is not the most harmful, gotta say. I'm happy about it. So intuitive eating is one of the trends existing. But what it actually means, why it's beneficial, are there different levels of intuitive eating and how to get there? So let's start by covering what it means to eat by trusting your intuition. So if we simplify the term intuitive eating, it means that one is capable of eating nurturing food even without conscious reasoning. So without kind of micromanaging the thinking what you should eat and what not, and like just eating what your body tells you to eat. So in such situations, you can trust your body and its signals, its needs, while not controlling or over controlling it with your mind. So that's intuitive eating. Just trusting to your body that it will tell you what to eat and you will stay healthy. But why intuitive eating would be beneficial? Basically, it can increase your physical and mental well-being and free space from your mind. So you will not need to think about food all the time. For example, when you are going to a restaurant, you don't need to start to think that what other people are eating, is this healthy, how this will affect my body. Just trusting your gut, basically. So you can free space from your mind and do other things with your thoughts. You can enjoy more. You don't need to stress about the things you're eating. So obviously your mental well-being can increase. And when your body gets what it needs, it will affect your physical well-being as well. So for sure, eating by trusting your intuition can be beneficial. But then the question is, how to get there? Because we are quite often so used to control everything with our minds, and also the culture around us, all the opinions related to food and eating, they have an effect on us. If there are trends all the time around us and we want to kind of be part of the group, it's easier to listen to what is happening and just trying everything and try to follow things which might not be the ones that support your well-being. So I don't wonder it might feel really hard to go towards the intuitive eating. But now we know that it can be beneficial and most of us wants to feel as good as possible. So next I will tell you what are the steps, how to get there, how to practice intuitive eating. But before going to the first step, I will tell you how the opposite can look like. So the opposite of intuitive eating can look like over controlling your eating with your mind and lacking the trust in the body's signals, for example, satiety and hunger signals. And the reason can be partly or completely due to the physical and mental reasons. So it's quite obvious that if your body is sick or you have some like physical illness in your body, it might be hard to trust the signals, or they even might not be working correctly at current moment. And there are different levels of also mental reasons which can affect. One was, which I already mentioned, our surroundings, so how people are affecting to our thinking, and we are already so mixed with our thoughts that it's hard to kind of listen to our own voice. But the main reason why I'm telling this, the opposite of intuitive eating, is that I want you to recognize where you are at. And for example, if you are experiencing continuous disturbed eating or physical discomfort related to food, and if these decrease your well-being, including your mental health, then please contact your healthcare professional. So ask for help. But as you can hear from these descriptions, that the opposite of intuitive eating, there are quite many places where you can be at. So you might not be completely not able to practice any type of intuitive eating, or that you are just living super freely without thinking you're eating. So there are many options from where you can start. But the second tip, what I want to say is that you can also decide where you want to go. So you don't need to try to be completely free of controlling your eating. You can decide what level will be enough for you, that you feel good enough. And finally, when you know where you are at, where you want to go, I will give you the practical tips how to study your body and mind, because that is the key to learn intuitive eating. You need to know how your body works so you can trust into it. And with these practical steps I will give in a bit, you will also teach to your body what is good for it. If it's really mixed, it's hard to navigate. So first you will show it how you could eat, and then you will learn also from your body's signals that you can trust into it. So one thing which will help with hunger and satiety signals is to do regular eating. So eating regularly, having a schedule for eating. So as an example, if you are eating 4 to 5 times per day, have a breakfast at same time every day or around same time, then the lunch and maybe some snack, maybe dinner and maybe some evening snack, depending how many times you are eating. Try to schedule it in the beginning correctly. And it might be easier to learn these signals if you have a little bit more times when you are eating compared to the situation if you would have only one meal per day. Because if you are eating only once per day, you will probably be super hungry, eat quite a lot, so then the signals might be harder to understand. So this is only my opinion, but I would start by eating at least 3 times per day, maybe 4 times per day, just to teach to your body that this is now the rhythm, and then it will start to tell you how the hunger will feel and how it will feel when you are full. Since the hunger and satiety signals are not just related to timing, it's also related to the food you are eating, the macro and micronutrients, which will vary between the food. So they will cause different levels of satisfaction. It's important to eat nurturing food, but also change the things you are eating. You don't need to eat like everything all the time. You can have a certain foods you eat for a while, and then you increase the things you are eating, increase the variety. So then you will learn what kind of foods will make you feel maybe more full and also more happy, because these will also affect your mind. So pay attention to the satisfaction level, how they give the energy for you, how they make you feel. So eat regularly, have variability, and eat nurturing food. Have veggies, have fruits, have good fats, have protein, have carbs, and pay attention to the level of satisfaction. So study your body and mind. And the final thing what I want to say is that try to keep as flexible mindset as possible. Have a flexible mindset about having a flexible mindset. So if you are struggling with having a flexible mindset, understand that this is a process you are going through and you have time to learn. You don't need to master everything at once. And if you need help, then ask help. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you on next time. Bye.